Hello, Seekers, and welcome to today's newest D&D campaign, run by yours truly, the player on our other D&D channel, as Rondell Whisper. My name's Rob. I'll be DMing today in a campaign called Erimos, the World of Sands. With me, we have our illustrious DM for our other game, who is playing a character called Beriss. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My full name is Beriss, Chieftain of Trial, son of Betex. Pronounce it correctly and fully every time.
And Marion?
Well, I'm Marion, the Displaced Librarian Barbarian. I hit things with a book.
And Brandty.
Hi, I'm Brandty.
Brandty is our gnome artificer. Alright, so when last we left our wayfarers into dystopia, we were in a specific inn. In that inn, in the beautiful, wonderful city of Coughlin, you were approached by an interesting fellow by the name of Gerald. Gerald was a lizard man, kind of like Beriss, a tribe that some of you haven't seen before. A species that is unique to this game, and more will come of that as the game continues. However, Gerald proposed to Beriss a certain quest. You all are still sitting within the Coughlin Blade Barrel Speakeasy. I will move you over there in just a moment, so that way people have a visual on what that looks like. And we will continue with us still in the tavern basement. The basement of the Speakeasy did not only contain stronger and more unusual as type of alcohols are concerned, but also the basement contained a fighting room, to which you met a very unusual goblin by the name of Gobstank. So, I'm not going to put your characters on this because I'm just going to let you free roam about. You just tell me where you are and what you're doing. In this current instance, because Johnboi couldn't make it today, we will be ghosting his character, saying that he's making an extra little bit of coin for Gerald, who is still behind the bar. And we begin from there. As I recall, you guys are all in the basement over in this area.
We are still on the. You have to drag the player banner from the map to wherever you want us to be out.
I always forget to do that.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Beriss would be at the bar, awaiting for whatever Gerald has planned for us.
Gerald will be keeping this Johnboi fellow. He seems to be making him quite a bit of coin. As you look over at the card tables on the far side of the bar, you notice that Johnboi is currently very handedly removing those that have come of their wealth. You're not quite sure how he keeps winning every hand, but as he deals out the cards, you can tell there's something fishy going on, and everybody else is getting quite frustrated. The tension in the area is getting pretty high.
Seems he is quite good at what he is doing.
Yes, usually a third blade is quite worthless in our terms, in our culture. However, that one seems to be able to fleece the suckers for everything they're worth. Jadal likes this.
Yes, he seems to be one who is not in combat, but has uses among the tribe in other ways.
I have heard of these sorts before. So, have you picked out some companions to bring along with you? I assume you're going to bring the big one that kicked your ass?
I would not
I think my multiple broken ribs would make it more of a closer result than that. I can feel them. I'm gonna have to name them soon.
Is Brandty composed?
Brandty is coming out of her stupor. In last session, you drank that unusual mead made from the comb of mind bees, a very dangerous foe in the desert wilds. However, you seem to be coming out of it. You're still hallucinating a little bit, but you're able to make your way around, and although you see a thing or two here and there, you're sort of good to go.
Okay. Brandy's going to make her way over to Marion and the group, while occasionally maybe sidestepping a hallucination.
Okay. Brandty makes her way over to you.
Hello, small friend. Do you have imaginary friends now?
Too many.
Should probably sit down. Mr. Hard Punching Lizard Man, may I have your name, please?
My name is Beriss, chieftain in trial, son of Bitex.
A pleasure to meet you, Beriss. My name is Marion, and you hit like a truck.
Huh. I do not understand your meaning, but...
A heavily laden wagon, then.
I have never been hit by one. They move too slow. Beer is too fast.
I noticed.
Jural looks at you. Will this be your company? Taking yourself to the west on that mission I proposed, yeah?
I do agree with the combat ability of the large one. I do not know the no.
She can be useful in imaginative scenarios.
She can speak for herself, thanks, Marion.
I wasn't sure if you were busy talking to the spiders in the ceiling.
They're good conversationalists, okay? I'm Brandty. Nice to meet you. I'm glad that you didn't kill my companion.
I was not going to kill him. Maim, possibly. But kill, no.
Killing
Fair
in a
enough.
fist fight is impolite.
Shall we share a drink, preferably not made out of brain bee? Come.
When he hears that you drank the mind bee drink, his eyes kind of go wide, like, you are very brave for a small one.
You don't get anything here by being timid.
Jural chuckles. That much is very true.
Droll, where are you from?
Jural doesn't say anything. He continues to clean a glass, pretending like he didn't hear you.
Brandty squints at him. And we'll start pondering.
Can Brandty see over the counter?
Fuck off. I'm on a stool.
It was a valid question for a person who's a gnome.
Gerald pours 3 mugs of mead on the house. Considering it looks like you're going to be doing work for me now, yes?
Seems to be the case. Thanks for the job offer.
Yeah. The good thing about working around here is I only have to pay you if you live.
The fear that we will die is very misplaced.
Very well. Then I shall give you the situation.
That would be good.
Gerald kind of nods his head to the left, and you notice several of the patrons of the bar sort of position themselves in such a way to make loud conversation, so that way nobody can overhear what you're saying. Some of them pretend to be very drunk. Some of them pretend to tell lavish stories. And he speaks in a slightly hushed tone to you. You know that this is an area where things, they come and go in the sand dunes, yes? You know this best of all, Beriss.
I do.
To the west. 5 days to the west. An old gnomish city has been uncovered. But no one can seem to get in.
At that, Brandty immediately perks up.
I thought you might be interested. As you are an off-worlder, you do not know what the gnomes of this world were up to. I think you would find that very interesting. As well as you, Marion. I have heard of both of you, and what you do, and where you're from.
And
To
how
the west.
did you hear that, if I might ask? We're not from the other side of the mountain.
Gerald knows. Gerald knows many things. It is part of his organization's benefit, yes? Perhaps when you come back, if you come back, we can talk about such an organization. But for now, to the west, 5 days' journey from here, there is a buried door. On the front of it, there are symbols of the old gods. Not these new gods that people worship, but the old gods. When you get there, and it will be very obvious as long as you travel directly west. Inside, there is a door. And probably a lot of dead people. The gnomes loved their traps. Set them all the time. He reaches into his robe and slides across to you a copper and silver ornate looking orb. It has sort of like crescent moons and different symbols all around the outside, and through the gaps of the outside of this spherical device on the inside, you can see what appears to be a glowing blue stone in the deep part of this. This right here is a key. The key to the door. People try to get in and become corpses due to security system. Now, I don't have to tell you, Beriss, that gnomes accumulate a lot of wealth. And sometimes even mana.
His eyes, it's It's hard to say like a lizard man raising their brows, but I guess that's kind of what he does.
You go in and you retrieve the mana that's in there for Jaral. Jaral will not only pay you handsomely, he will make sure you are fed, and you will have plenty of water as long as you are in the city of Kofali. And perhaps, maybe we can talk about other jobs in the future. You could try to look around Kofali for other types of work, but I doubt they're going to be as forgiving in Nanjama and Kitrak as I am.
What do you seek specifically? Just the mana?
Make an investigation, or not an investigation. I apologize. Make a persuasion roll, please.
Oh god, I'm the wrong character to do this!
Grip it and rip it.
You really want to tell me?
How much do you know about gnomish security systems, Beriss?
To my knowledge, most gnomish culture has died out on this world. Or at least in this region.
Yes. Ever since the 8th Age, I believe. They've pretty much gone away. It is interesting having one sit in front of me now, but here we are.
I thought the same. He kind of looks at Brandty, like, he looks where if she was normal height she would be, and then he just kind of like pans his head down to where she actually is.
Brandty rolls her eyes in response, but then looks at Jaral. Have you seen other off-world gnomes?
Make a persuasion roll. Off-world gnomes? No. No, you're the first one that Jaral has laid eyes on. Other off-worlders? Yes.
You keep using the term off-world.
For you and me, this is all there is. But at some point, things changed a long time ago. Perhaps it was the gnomes, perhaps it was the first gods, back in the First Age. No one really knows. But people gravitated here by otherworldly gates. Jaral made his first fortune that way, providing things for such people. Which is where I sit now, still doing the same job. Isn't that right, Marion and Brandty?
Well, it wasn't a gate in my case. It was a rather irate wizard.
Nevertheless, you're here now, and there's no way home.
The gates are one way.
As far as we know. But there is a lot of hidden things in this world. The ages were long, and perhaps you could find something useful to you in that gnomish place. The gnomes were very good with gates, and very good with mana. Mana is what you would call tangible magic.
Who are you working for? And how do you know about this?
Jadal will explain all things in due time. But first, you have to be useful to Jadal. You have to survive. That is number one in our organization, yes? So, go to the west, find this place, open it with the key, and return to me with what's inside. Oh, and to answer your question, Beriss, inside, there is a man, frozen in time. Bring him to me.
We get to keep anything else? Or just bring the man?
Bring the man, bring the mana. And you get to keep anything else.
I find that acceptable.
The only thing I want is information. If we get this done, I'll expect you to tell me more.
Alright. Jadal loves a gamble. Come back and I'll tell you some of what you want to know. Jadal can't tell all his secrets, obviously. Secrets are valuable. Almost as valuable as water. Beriss and Brandty, actually, all y'all, go ahead and make a perception roll for me.
I'm good at that one.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
We're off to a good start, people.
I see none of the things.
Brandty inspects wood.
I just see bees everywhere.
Not
As-
the bees!
As Jural is cleaning the glass, he sort of like looks up over to the right and to the left, past you guys. It would appear people are listening now. Please go take care of what we talked about, yes? And don't die. It's hard to hire good help in this world.
We'll get you what you need.
Warm sand, my friends.
Warm sands.
Beriss nods, and as he stands up, he says, at least I can trust you. I hope, Joral. On your honor, on your tribe.
He sort of smiles. What tribe? Jadal said he was first blade, but he didn't say of what. Return and we will have that talk.
That is fair. Warm sands to you.
Alright, so you guys can purchase some rations to the road. Some of you guys have a little bit of money. You guys can purchase very valuable water skins and whatever else you're going to need for the road in this place. And there's still the Dragonborn upstairs willing to get you some of what you need. And there are also additional places around Coughlin that you can purchase things from. But in the meantime, I'm going to move you to the world map.
I have 10 rations and 1 water skin. That's what I got.
I have 10 rations and 10 water skins.
10 water skins? The fuck, Marion.
They're not. My weight carry is amazing.
Okay, so Marion is a camel.
Marion is from the cold north. He dehydrates easily. He needs all the water.
As you all head upstairs, you notice that there's not really many people up there anymore in the Blade and Barrel.
As I walk out, I turn to the barkeep. Your chef sends his regards.
The Dragonborn smiles and nods.
God damn it, Marion.
Alright, so you guys are, it is currently around noon, or a little after noon. The city seems to be bustling on the outside. Numerous markets of all sorts of different wares, as Coughlin is sort of a dissemination point for all of the other wares that come from the north down, where there is sometimes a little bit of water and much adventure to be had. So there's a lot of different things going in and out of Coughlin. You see people of all different races in this city. Kenku, you see half-orcs, half-elves, elves, everything. Represented in this very tumultuous place. It's shoulder to shoulder. There are so many people walking around the streets. The streets are very narrow. If you've ever seen something akin to marketplaces in large cities, it's very similar to that.
I keep an eye on my new compatriots as we walk through. Thinking aloud to myself inside my own head, thinking extremely loudly, because you know what my character is aiming for in the long run. That he has to be careful around the Outworlders.
As you're walking through the street, somebody stops and...
Pardon me, sir. I was just wondering if I could talk to you a quick minute.
Who is he saying that to?
To you, because you were taking the lead.
I stop and take a step back away from him, but I go, proceed. What is he, by the way?
He appears to be a very lithe and crooked human male, underneath a tattered gray cloak. Although underneath this cloak you can see a very slight glow of blue.
I keep one eye on him, but I'm also looking around me cautiously as I talk with him.
Okay. Brandty and Marion, it's at this point that you notice this individual.
Oh, it seems as you're part of a little group, aren't you?
Who the hell are you?
Never mind that. I'm here to disseminate a little information.
Hey Rob, side note, can you restart your music and hit the loop button?
Ooh, my B-dog.
Give out information, you say. Nothing is free.
Well, that right there is what... Have you ever heard of... this man?
And he hands out to you a wanted poster. And on this wanted poster, it looks like just a very generic human male and but he's wearing very royal robes, and underneath it, it says "The Changing One."
I have not.
Lots of money you could be making. Help track this one down. By the by, take a look around Coughlin. We've heard he's here. Y'all look like strong adventurers.
If I come across him, he will be brought down. But I do not search for trouble.
Yeah, we're not bounty hunters. We already have a job. What are we standing around this guy for? Let's keep walking.
Well, if you come across anybody, just ask on the street for old Tenris.
Brandy's already over this guy. Marion, I think we should just leave.
The man just turns and walks away, and above you, you hear very slight creaking of doors on the second story of a couple of different buildings in the area.
Mind if I do a perception check?
Sure. Go ahead.
Nice.
What do my orc eyes see?
In the tops of one of these buildings, you notice a human male who is about average height with a crossbow in hand, and his cheek seems to be in a small hexagonal square glowing a very light blue. And the creaking is from after he puts the crossbow down, he slowly closes a blind and then disappears.
I'm gonna whisper to Beriss and Randy that so it seems that there are crossbowmen in at least one window with a glowing hexagon on their face. I don't know what that means, but I just thought you guys might want to know that we almost got sniped.
Let them try to hit me with the bow. I'll teach them where the arrow goes.
This is just another reason why we should get out of this shithole city. We need to go west.
As you continue on, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beriss isn't going to be dragging his feet, but he's going to take a little bit because how long is it till nightfall?
Nightfall is probably another 4 hours away.
I'm going to try to, I don't say sightsee, but drag my feet until we're about 2 hours away from nightfall, because I don't want to be heading out into the desert during the daylight sun.
Okay. As you're sort of taking your time moving through Coughlin, you notice a couple of different street vendors. One of those street vendors, which is something that you haven't seen in a long while, Beriss, has clockwork mechanisms for sale. Which to you know as relics of the 6th Age, or 7th Age, the height of the Gnomish empires.
Beriss looks down at Brandty. Do you know anything of these? No.
Brandty goes to take a closer look.
Behind the stall, of which you can see small mechanized birds, small mechanized snakes and various other creatures, as well as some devices that are sort of in a bucket off to the side because it seems that they just are miscellaneous parts here and there. The patron is actually a half-orc. He has lost his eye, and it appears he has some sort of magically enchanted eye patch. It's very obvious that it's magically enchanted because it glows very slightly, and there's a seal on the outside with some sort of magic rune. He's not enormous or large by half-orc standards. He seems to be a pretty average size. Nothing like Marion. He seems to be wearing decent clothes. And as you walk up,
Oi, a half? No, not a halfling. You're a gnome. Splendid.
Where did you get these things?
Well, you see, I come across them. Collector. Definitely a collector.
Insight.
go
Intimidate.
for it.
God, Beriss is dumb.
Damn it!
Marion's gonna try and intimidate him into telling the truth.
We just met him.
He's a half-orc. This is
Okay.
practically polite conversation.
Go ahead and roll it, and then I'm going to make you act out.
Come on!
Okay, what do
No.
you say?
This
One
is
half-orc
bullshit.
to another. One half-orc to another. The truth, sir. The truth. Now.
You see, perhaps purchased a few of them, but mostly, I pay for different caravans and adventurers to retrieve things for me. Yeah.
Have you come across other gnomes too?
No. First one. That's why I was so excited to see you. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Gillibrand.
Nice to
I'm
meet you,
Brandty.
Gilbrand. It's always lovely to run into another half-orc.
I want to inspect some of these devices.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll me an investigation? Okay. The devices seem to be of a make, Brandty, that remind you of the level of skill of your brother, which is to say, very, very high level skill. But as you inspect them, each one of these devices seems to be missing some sort of power source. There are clockwork owls, clockwork spiders, clockwork snakes. There's a clockwork rabbit.
Oh, I see you have a fine eye. Here, come, check this out.
And he puts up onto the desk a silver clockwork Labrador.
Look at the craftsmanship.
Should I do another investigation? Or is this of similar quality?
This one appears to be a higher quality. And you can tell from your previous investigation roll, because I'm just going to continue it over, it is made of silver.
This is superb. Where are you getting these things? And what caravans? Where are they coming from?
Well, you see, the caravans come from Glen and come north to disseminate different things coming from the south. And I disseminate them and keep the ones that I want.
You keep the ones that you want, but none of them have their cores. You're keeping incomplete constructs.
Well, they are collector's items.
Collectibles that are incomplete.
You do not advertise them as working?
Well, you must understand, having a clockwork mechanism from the 6th and 7th age, just sitting on a shelf is going to make you of high standing in society.
Brandty, do you think you could repair these if you got a core?
Yes. I could do that. I don't see what difference it would make. They're just knickknacks. Fine knickknacks at that, but not really our goal.
I agree. Now, my good Sir Orc, how much would they be worth if they were repaired? Have you seen one that is working?
His eyes sort of go wide. Kind of looks around.
Depends on which one you you were having working.
Now,
I could think of a few nobles to sell something like that to. Yes. The numbers stagger my mind quite a bit, but well, if I could get even a small clockwork owl working, some of these high-standing nobles could pay upwards of 1,000 gold.
now, what are they missing, Brandty? You said a core? What is this core?
Yeah, are you asking Brandty or Gillibrand?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay. Gillibrand sort of, kind of, doesn't quite make eye contact with you, so.
Alright, should I do like an Arcana check?
Yeah, do a Knowledge Arcana. You can tell that in where you're from, outworld, in a different land, that it would need something like a battery or like a power source. It's unlike any other power source you've seen before. It seems to be the channels and tubes running throughout the clockwork mechanisms looks like it could be used to to sustain either, or to channel through it either a gas or a liquid or both from some sort of power core centered item. Each one of these appears a little bit different where the power source goes.
Okay.
So basically, it would be like there, in our terminology, there would be a AA, a AAA that would power different things. But the tubes that go through, like we would attribute wiring, isn't really wiring. The tubes that go through would be something that holds either a gas or a liquid.
Okay, so they're just not a solid.
Correct.
This is a very interesting core design. It's very unusual from what I'm experienced with. But it appears that these all operate on either a gas or a liquid.
With hearing her say the word liquid, Beriss looks directly at her. Mana. They need mana?
That's a distinct possibility.
My good sir, you are underestimating their worth if they need mana to work.
Well, to be completely truthful, I was afraid you were going to ask to purchase one of these. And, I was lowballing you.
No. What I would offer would be when and if we can gain access to a small amount of mana, we could quite possibly repair them, or one of them, for a commission.
Well, that sounds promising.
Information and one of the constructs. The rest will give you immense payout.
He holds out his hand.
Deal.
Brandty shakes it. So, fellas, it looks like we have another task on our list.
Seems to be right in line with our primary task.
Might as well maximize gain from risks taken.
Okay, so as you guys continue west, you reach the outside of the city of Coughlin about an hour and a half to 2 hours before sundown.
Is there anything else of interest that would be, like, worth investigating? Or have we basically just moved through the entire city?
Well, I was giving you basically sort of like a city random encounter thing. You can definitely look for something if you're looking for anything, or you can roll a perception check to see if you find anything as you're moving through the city.
I'll do a perception check.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay. It appears that the city is, as the day goes on, sort of pittering out, and a lot of people are moving on to the taverns. But you can't help but notice there's a lot of people congregating in alleys.
This is a peculiar city. Have any of you else noticed the citizens hanging out, grouping in alleyways? Cool, good talk.
I do not notice, to be honest. I do not pay much attention to the ways of the city folk.
Yeah, okay. Seems fair. Shall we find lodgings for the night and start out, or shall we try a night trip?
Travel by night.
Yeah, is this like over a standard desert where it gets freezing cold at night?
Yes, sir.
We want to travel by sunset. During the night, it will be extremely cold.
Woohoo.
We travel at dawn, and we travel at dusk.
Very well. As long as you're making progress.
Okay, so I assume you guys head out of the city?
Hell yeah.
Okay. So, how long are you going to travel?
Well, that, you know, I will leave this decision to the rest of the group, actually, because I have been making a lot of decisions.
I would say, given the difficult terrain, we should probably only travel for, I don't know. Well, that's an interesting thing. Like half the night? I don't know. Because we don't want to get too cold.
Be right back. Food delivery.
What?
He's getting a delivery food.
Okay, so you're traveling for...
Hold on. Can I do a survival check?
You
Make an
absolutely
educated
can.
decision?
Go for it. Do it. Do it better. Okay. Survival check. You'd say that if you're trying to travel reasonably well, you'd follow Beriss' advice and travel during the day, or the dusk and the dawn, and try to create some sort of cover for both cold and hot during the peak hours of the day.
I said we walk during the peak hours. That's their only way to go.
Listen to the local.
Very well. Just wanted to be sure.
No, don't listen to anything I just said.
We're so dead. I have so much water that
Y'all are gonna get me killed.
Okay, so you guys head out on the first day. To you, Beriss, this just seems like home. To the other two members of the party, this seems like an endless sea of sand stretched out before you as far as the eye can see. It's a little discerning as you all, and a little worrying as you all leave the city of Coughlin, especially Marion and Brandty, because as soon as you leave, you realize that this is a world greater than and expansive far beyond the world you came from. And the only thing that appears to be here is just desert and sky. Beriss seems to be walking out ahead of you guys at dusk, not really worried, walking toward the sunset. He walks off into the sunset. No, he walks off, enjoying the view as you all sort of take in this becoming comfortable expanse. As you all continue on, as you start to tire, the dusk settles and it starts becoming dark out.
As the night falls, I'll continue to travel until the chill starts to set in. Then I'll start making camp.
I think that's a wise decision.
Okay, you all continue on, and as you said, the chill starts to set in as the sun goes down. The temperature drops very drastically, and it starts getting cold out.
I'll make a fire.
Okay.
I'll help.
Brandty will try to create a map of where we've been.
All right. Very well. You have parchment and paper and whatnot.
Her background's also an archaeologist. So.
Sounds good. Between Beriss and Marion, you guys make a successful camp. Fire included. As you set up your camping supplies, you, Beriss, notice overhead it begins to start trickling with rain. And you look up and you realize there's an errant rain cloud coming.
I will start taking every container that I have that isn't currently holding something and opening it up.
I'll follow his lead.
Me too.
Okay.
I do what they refer to, I think, as a survival hole, where you take, even though it's sand, I'll dig down a little bit and try to make some sort of hole and then put a cloth in it or some sort of leather to catch water.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an additional survival check between all three of you. Marion, you're helping?
How can I get... Oh, thank God you said that. Oh, there we are.
Woo! Wow. All right, so you guys refill. Good job, Brandty. You guys refill all of your water skin, and seem to be pretty well off. It's still cold as you guys are fumbling around with water. It starts to freeze your hands a little bit, but cold hands and full water skins are worth it.
And after we get all the water made up and ready, Brandty comes in and tips it over like a cat.
Brandty sets up her tent.
Okay.
In a puddle.
So,
Not in a puddle.
You rolled in
Roll a
at one.
5.
It's underwater.
We're in it. We're on sand.
You drowned in a desert.
all right. So, after you guys set up your camps, are you doing anything?
Brandty still feeling a little distrustful, so she might not open up very much tonight. She'll probably be in her tent.
We need to set watch.
I'll take first watch.
We have fire and smoke, and we are in the desert at night, and not too far from the city yet.
So Marion's gonna move out of the firelight, and look outwards so his night vision isn't.
Okay. So, are you guys setting up a watch between the three of you?
That works.
Okay. Then,
Beers will actually volunteer for first watch since Marion has night vision or low light vision. He can totally do the second
Fair.
watch.
Sounds good.
okay. All right, Beerus, your shift come and goes. No real problems. Marion, go ahead and make a perception roll for me. Marion, as you're sitting there, you notice way, way off in the distance, almost on the horizon, another campfire. And as you sit there, you keep questioning yourself, but you swear it's getting bigger.
I'm going to wait till Beriss has gotten a little bit of sleep and then wake him.
Beriss, you feel the giant hands of Marion on your chest shaking you.
I swear, half-orc, if you were not green, I would have punched you in the stomach until you vomited. What do you want?
Look at that and tell me if it's a random event of the desert or something we need to worry about.
What are you talking about?
I'm pointing him to the growing fire.
Go ahead and roll me a perception there, Beerus. Yeah, you see it. But you notice that it doesn't appear to be a normal fire to you. To you, it's appearing a sort of blue color.
Wake up, Brandty. We might have issues.
I shake her tent back and forth a little bit.
Ah! Marion!
Shit's starting.
Yep, okay.
As a few moments go by, you notice that this light does indeed get bigger. And as it continually gets bigger, you notice that there are more than just one of them. Seems to be a line of varying blue lights.
Beerus reaches for his side and pulls out his long on his back and pulls out his longbow.
Could Brandty roll something, like in nature or anything that might tell her what this is? Does she have experience in seeing this before since she's been here for a little?
You can definitely make whatever check you want to find out what this is. Totally your call.
So, Marion's readying his light crossbow since he saw Beriss pull out a ranged weapon. And I guess I'll do a history check, see if I've ever read or heard of anything like that.
Sure.
No idea.
Marion, this isn't something you've read of before. The closest thing that you could think of, as far as like things you've read in the past, is will-o-wisps, but it doesn't really fit the bill.
Beriss, is this a spirit that lures travelers into the wilderness and destroys them?
You know what? I'll make a knowledge religion check, I guess, because that's the best I got. I am not a druid, sir. I am a goddamn monk.
Y'all smarty pants robe wearers. Same diff.
Nah, nothing, Beriss.
Well, shit.
Do not know.
Well, shit.
Is our fire still going?
Yes, it is.
Brandty puts out the fire.
Okay. It gets real deal cold.
That
And
was not a good idea.
It could have been attracted to our light.
Do you know what cold-blooded means?
Randy?
No one was telling me what this thing is.
As a few moments go by, the lights grow larger and larger, and the line of these lights continues farther and farther. And at some point, you can tell in a few moments that what is beyond that light appears to be a humanoid form. It seems to be a band of people. Each one of them has some sort of glowing blue object on their chest, and they're walking in line.
Halt where you are.
You notice that a very large group of them, the group behind what appears to be the person walking in front, stops. And one of the lights keeps walking toward you.
Do you come to parley or taste my blade?
As the blue light and the form behind it comes, you notice the man behind the blue light appears to be some sort of... He has elvish features. His hair appears to be some sort of almost transparent white. His eyes are a deep azure blue, and the light on his chest is coming from some sort of amulet. He seems to be wearing the same color blue that his eyes are as well. He has some unusual runes going down the cloak that he's wearing to keep himself warm. And you notice that as he approaches, you get a very unusual feeling.
Stop, or I will fire.
He stops.
If you would so kindly state your name, title, and business.
He bows very, very deeply and almost an unusual amount of like flair to the bow. And suddenly each one of you hear inside your mind a voice. Well, hello there.
Beriss' eyes narrow a little bit. Magic.
No,
Marion is highly uncool with this.
not magic, and please, Calm yourself, Marion. Everything will be alright.
That is the most unsettling way you could have introduced yourself.
Tis the only way I know.
Okay, it's your MO. Alright, cool. Who are you?
I'm a traveler through these lands, me and my people here. We travel through the wastes, spreading the love and attention of the goddess of water.
Brandty's gonna give Marion some concerned side-eye.
Aaron's just getting ready to shoot this guy if he gets all mind-fucky.
Beriss, you now realize, now that you've gotten one more point to hit the DC, that that these are cultists you've heard about, but never seen eye to eye. Well, maybe cultist is a bad term. They don't really have a central church to speak of. They sort of follow. They seem to sort of follow the will of what they believe is the goddess of water. And let me get a name for that. Remind me for next session to load up the list of deities for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Not a problem.
But you know that these particular people, they're not. They're sort of spotted randomly, and it's very unusual that you spotted them very shortly after seeing one of the only rain clouds you've seen in the past few months.
You cut out there for a minute, Rob.
Oh, sorry. I said they have no specific church. They just make their way throughout the world, following the will of what they believe is the goddess of water. And occasionally they're said to follow rain clouds as a sign of that's the direction they're supposed to go.
What do you wish, one who follows the rain?
We're just passing through, my good sir. But have you heard of the will of the goddess?
I am a Jani. We have our own will.
Near has my soul.
Beriss looks at him strangely when he says that.
Sorry, wrong planet. Still applies.
Very well. Thank you very much for listening to me. May you be safe. May you always have water. Might I give a little suggestion?
If you will, I will listen.
I have been gifted powers by our goddess, and I do apologize for probing too deeply, but we have just come from the west, and your mission there, whatever it is, please be careful. We've come across some very dangerous denizens. And he drops in front of you what seems to be some sort of insectoid scythe. Sort of like a scythe meets an arm. It appears to be an appendage cut off at the third movable joint.
That does not look good, guys.
What was that, Beers?
Is it interesting? How many were there?
A score of them, at the very least.
And how
We have-
many did you kill?
Only one. Spectacularly.
And we shall consider them both, you and them, more lucky in this day.
Safe travels, friend. And remember, there's good in the world. And he walks back to his group, and they start continuing on. And you notice that out of this group, there seems to be about 20 to 25 of them as they pass on. Each one of them a different race.
Bah, I do not trust them.
That was really tense. I'm gonna restart that fire now.
Beerus literally, slowly sits down. That would be appreciated.
Aaron is going to resume his watch and pray to Denier.
Okay. So the rest of your watch goes pretty much average. Nothing unusual happens, and the night goes pretty smoothly. And you can tell, Brandty, that it starts to become dawn. Because you were the last watch.
As you guys wake up or finish your watch, you see that Beerus, unlike the rest of you who are sleeping in tents, is sleeping within 2 feet of the fire.
I mean, Marion just sits down and wraps the cloak around him. This is still pretty warm. He's from the north of Faerun, so even a desert at night isn't that cold. The daylight is not happy times.
Fair enough.
And so it becomes dawn. Are you guys continuing on?
Brandty wants to bring that leg thing.
Sure, you can grab it.
I'll poke it.
All gnomes as strange as you?
Dude, I don't even know.
By strange, do you mean awesome? We could use this, or learn something from it. It could be valuable.
Rob, do I recognize the creature that this came from, or no?
You can go ahead and make a check, sir, if you'd like.
Hey, we can check if you might. God damn it, live on this planet my entire life, and I don't know shit.
Well, it's just an arm. I'll give you an advantage.
You don't actually have to. I don't know shit, man. I am terrible at fucking all those skills.
Roll the goddamn die.
Yeah, the advantage would totally help with that. Do I take the 11?
Not too uncommon. You notice this pretty quickly as you've been in and around Coughlin for a while, as an appendage of a 3-cream chosen.
Huh. Hey, can you pick out this map where my people are normally, where my tribe is from?
I sure can. Hold on just 1 second, sir. Can you see that? I know my cursor is orange. I apologize.
I did not see a ping, unfortunately.
You're in... Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. You're in the west, near that pyramid. I'm sorry, you're in the east, near that pyramid, east of Coughlin. You're located near El Debis.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I had an idea.
Yep. You're not at the pyramid, but you're near it.
Good to know.
Yep. Okay, so dawn comes and you all continue on, I assume?
I will continue.
Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to Greybrother. Here we go.
Okay.
I don't think it was meant to be a grave, but still an accurate statement.
At this point, somebody's dead inside it.
Can you all make for me a survival check, please?
I rolled a 19, so 21. Nah, 20.
Every time you do something good, it seems like somebody else in the party does it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm kind of loving that. I think that should be a theme from now on. This is hilarious. Okay. Beriss and Brandty, as you're continuing on through the rising daylight, it's with that rising daylight that you notice the sand up ahead looks slightly different. As you approach, as you continue on, the heat of the day starts to beat down, and sweat starts pouring down. A couple of you, definitely not probably Beriss. Beriss is acclimatized to this sort of environment. Marion would be most uncomfortable. Brandty would be a second. As you notice this type of it's almost like it's a lighter shade of the sand that you're in, miles to the east and miles to the north and miles to the south, such that you would sort of have to go around this area. You can't tell why it looks different. You can also tell that this area of sand is very flat. There's not as many dunes going up and down.
I feel there may be a problem ahead. Do we travel around?
Marion, to you, this just looks like a slightly different color sand.
I see hot as balls ahead. Just the same as the hot as balls behind. Why would I go the long way around?
I have none of the skill checks that would help with this.
Let's see. I don't know if I have anything.
We can say Brandty would have an advantage because I trust her.
On perception?
No, on convincing me to go around.
You know what? I would go like with more along the lines of trying to figure out what the hell's going on here and see if it's safe. Unfortunately, to be blunt about Beriss, he is not a very skillful person. He's more physical. So the intelligence and wisdom-based checks, intelligence, you're on your guy's own.
Brandty, since you rolled a crit, as you look at this this area, almost like it almost looks like a separate sort of sea as the dunes go down into this area. As you look closely, you can tell that it appears to be just a finer grade of sand.
So are we feeling weird about this area because the sand looks different? I just don't know if I missed something.
That's what I got from the description.
Brandy's gonna throw that insect leg over to that sand to see if anything happens.
Okay. Perfect use for it.
Yeah.
As you throw the insect leg over, it lands on the sand and then sinks down about 3 or 4 inches and then stops. Also, as you throw it in, you see all the sand suddenly turn into a cloud around it.
Oh.
It's at that moment, Beriss, you realize why this looks different. You've heard of this before. You haven't come across it in quite a long time. This is what your species calls an orej, which is a very fine area of almost talcum powder like sand. It's very hard to get through. It's not impossible, but it is drudgery.
This will be a pain if we go through directly.
You're judging.
Let's go around.
Not.
Okay.
Maddie, can you swim in the sands?
Swim in sand?
Yes. Can you do it?
Well, it would be hard, but if I'm angry enough, yeah.
Then you might be able to survive.
I think we should just go around.
I think that it would be good too.
Okay. So are you going to go around this area to the north, or are you going to go around to the south? So to give you a representation looking at the map, I will draw. So you guys ran into that in this area here at day 1. In this. So you would have to either go 3 hexes south or 3 hexes around north.
Alright, let me think here.
So our concern here is losing time versus potentially dying in this sand. I vote we go north.
I am not particular to either way.
Marion is just gonna follow wherever they go, because he's just trying to concentrate on not getting heat stroke.
Okay, I need a decision.
So Brandty said going north, we're going north.
Woohoo!
Perfect. Okay. All right. So you continue on throughout the rest of your day, and it starts to get toward noon, so the hot part of the day. What do you do?
I will wrap whatever kind of cloth we have. Well, I have. Dip it in some water, wrap it around my head, and tell the others that we should set up a tent.
Agreed. We won't do well in this heat.
I am 100% in favor of this idea.
Okay. So you guys set up a tent?
Yep. While they're hiding in the shade, I will bask a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Gain a little bit of wherewithal with your warm, with your cold-blooded self. And as the midday heat sort of starts waning on, you guys are feeling pretty good to go. But quite thirsty. So you guys are going to have to use a water skin because it's been a day.
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to take an exhaustion level, please remove one water skin. Not the skin, but the water in it.
I will drink my scroll tube worth of water that I got from the rainstorm.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll drink one of my 10 water skins and then save the empty water skin.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you guys are currently... You guys are currently here, and as you continue travel, you continue travel into the dusk of the day. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you guys are traveling.
I'm in a desert.
Boy, awful lot of rocks around here.
Sand.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. This sort of changes the encounter.
Why do I have a +5 perception and I haven't rolled higher than a fucking 12?
Wah, wah.
And that's the 4th nat 20 on my right-hand side rolls.
I don't know, man. Why couldn't a monk win a fist fight?
Because a barbarian takes half damage.
Fair.
Because we're not one level higher when my fist count is magic.
Okay. So, as you guys are continuing along, you notice what seems to be a little bit of a worn trail in the sand dunes, with hills on either side of the sand dune. As you guys are traveling north, it appears that this sand dune was used to travel across the Great Bridge that you can see on your map to the north. It seems to be a trail that goes from Coughlin to that bridge. As you guys are going on, you start hearing an unusual sound. And we're going to switch to a different view. And then we're going to roll some initiative.
And I pull out my gun.
And let me go ahead and get your music.
Yeah, the combat tracker up yet?
Working on it. Okay. So, that's pretty loud, isn't it?
No, it's not too bad.
How's that?
Good for me either way. Can you, there we go. Yeah!
Okay. You should be able to control your characters. I'm going to go ahead and roll initiatives.
I swear to God, someone rolls higher than me, I'm going to punch you in the tit. Come on. Yeah, yeah, I thought so. I thought so, the only female in the party.
So compensated for something?
No, I'm just saying, I might quite possibly palm strike someone in the boob.
Give me just 1 second, guys.
You son of a bitch!
Don't know if I'm feeling the music, guys. Sorry.
What?
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of handouts from what you guys.
Wonderful.
Did you guys get both handouts just to check?
I got one.
Yep, well, I
Just
got
the one.
Okay, hold on 1 second. There is a second one.
Let's just say I choose you to die first.
Okay, so.
Ooh, Mr. DM, Mr. DM,
Yes, sir.
can we have a 5-minute break time?
Bathroom break.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break for bathroom.
Yay, I need to get drinks.
And let me remind Twitch that you can feel free to subscribe with Twitch Prime.
No, they
Twitch Prime.
can't.
Oh,
We're not affiliated yet. We're working on it.
damn it.
Yeah, that's what our next step is, sir. Is subscribing. They can still follow us.
Yeah, do that thing.
And
All right,
if you're
break time.
watching this on the YouTube videos, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube video.
Now I know where gravel comes from.
Is this a trick question?
We talking about the same movie?
The one about like there's a bear poacher. They're looking for a bear poacher and stuff. And there's weird tracks. But then there are trolls.
Yeah. And trolls get turned to stone. It was a joke about once you kill a troll, it turns into gravel.
Listen, the only troll I can remember turning into gravel is the one from the Ernest Halloween movies.
Then what was the giant gun? They had like a weapon on their car. With the bear hunter guy.
Okay, yeah, no, they had like a UV gun, like Blade. Sometimes the trolls like explode or something.
I thought they turned into stone. I remember that being a plot point.
I remember. I know in like Lord of the Rings, trolls turn into stone.
Whatever. That's just...
Are we still live?
I'm bringing us back live now.
Well, hold on. If we're not live, okay. And welcome back. Let's see. So we've got ourselves a little bit of combat. So I gave you guys the handouts on what these creatures look like. And unfortunately, the handouts also have the name of what they are. So you know what they are.
Yeah, that's an issue in my campaign constantly.
Yeah. But it is what it is. All right. So first things first. Over top of the sand dune, you guys can see the protruding heads of these insect-like creatures. You heard them before you saw them, but upon them realizing that you're looking at them, they seem to just charge right at you.
Ooh, Rob,
What's up, buddy?
more action combat music.
Ah,
I can only operate in the appropriate conditions, and that includes action music.
good, bad.
There we go.
Much better.
All right,
Make sure you hit loop.
I did.
Sorry.
All right, first things first. This one moves forward and attacks. And Marion, does that break your armor class?
Nope. Unless he's got
Okay.
advantage.
Beriss.
Alright. Beriss reaches behind him and pulls out his bow. Looks the creature dead in its compound eyes. Hisses slightly at it. And takes a stance. Pointing one finger at the creature, he goes, "You are the first to act. And also the first to die." I'm gonna call Kensai shot on the creature using my bonus action.
Okay.
Kensai's shot declares if you target a creature with your bonus action, anytime you hit it with a ranged attack, deal 1d4 additional damage.
All right.
And then I shoot out my bow.
You hit. Oof.
13 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Beriss will run along the sands.
All Naruto status.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. So keep in mind that I'm going to draw a little bit of an area here with a freehand tool to sort of give you guys an So there is a elevation difference in the area that I'm going to draw of 5 feet at like sort of like a ramp.
Hey Rob, just for your knowledge, the green bar is my health, the blue number is my AC.
Perfect. Okay. Beriss, is that your turn, sir?
That is my turn.
This, oops. This Thrykeen successfully runs down the hill, very all badassery, and runs right up to you and attacks.
Alrighty.
First one hits, second one doesn't. For 6 damage.
Okie dokie.
Brandty, your turn.
Okay. Brandy's going to use her light crossbow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. You hit, go ahead and roll damage.
I completely forgot I have extra attack. God damn it.
Sorry, had.
Click on the word light crossbow.
Oh, that's way faster. I forgot that that was a function.
Okay. Marion.
So the red counter is my turns of rage left. Marion rages.
Okay.
Just question: are we all supposed to be able to see that? Because I don't see any bars on any.
Click
No.
your character to select.
Yeah. Oh, you can only see your own.
You'll see some
stuff.
circles.
You can't see our healths and stuff. Oh, you can't see our healths and stuff. Only your own.
Okay.
I can see everyone's. That's why he said that.
Also, hello, my friend. I kill.
Oh, hey Rob. After this session, I'll help you get so that way you have perma tokens for us.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. I meant to do that. I just didn't. I don't know how to do that, to be completely.
It's all good, sir. It's all good. It takes a lot of time to research all this crap.
All right, go ahead and attack Marion. I'm assuming that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Kick his ass.
A schmeck.
Hit.
And that's.
Is
Oh,
that
I
including
need
your
to calculate in the 1d. It's +2 for rage and plus 1d6 plus. Do I round up half my barbarian level or round down?
There should be a sheet on in the player's handbook for.
Alright, I'll check that out. For now, I'm gonna round down. And that's another 10 damage. Because Divine Fury.
Hit like a tank.
It's radiant damage, if that matters.
So how much damage was it total? Sorry.
Total damage is 21.
It gets hit by that warhammer and sinks down in its stance a little bit and sinks into the sand and then stands back up and starts making weird.
Okay. So 21 damage didn't kill it. I'm hit it again.
Rob, never do that again. That is creepy as shit.
Agreed.
Hit. Roll again.
Only 8 this time. The radiant damage is on my first attack of the turn.
It's looking real hurt.
I love extra attack. It's my new favorite thing.
I completely
hit them
forgot
twice.
I had it. Completely forgot I had it.
You're a fucking monk. All you do is hit things a lot, like
but
forever.
I could have shot my bow twice. That's the what I forgot.
That you could have hit them with an arrow twice.
Okay. The chosen walks up to or runs up to you, Marion. It seems to have a more guttural tone of voice than the other Thrycreen. And you notice it has more weaponry. Do any of those hit?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Okay. There's your damage, sir. That is I believe that's a 30 damage.
Hey, you raged, right?
30, so that's 15.
Right.
Ow.
Ugh.
Note to self,
Ow.
don't piss off that guy.
That's a shuriken thrown at Marion.
Nope.
Okay. This one comes over here and is going to throw a shuriken at Brandty.
You little bug beach.
14 break your armor class.
Yes.
Wait, what kind of wizard are you?
What? Artificer?
Oh, the artificer. Okay, cool. Alright.
That's a 6 damage. Mr. Beriss, sir.
Beriss puts away his bow and draws out his sword. He takes careful aim at the first creature in front of him. I'm going to spend a key point for a Fury of Blows.
Okay.
Put me at 4 key points. Alright, so 14, 15, and 18 to hit.
All of them hit.
For 8, 11 makes 19, plus 7 additional bludgeoning for 26 damage.
You're attacking the one directly in front of you?
Yep.
Okay, he's still standing.
Okay.
He does not look happy about it, though.
Okay, cool. I get another attack with my unarmed strike because of flurry blows. 19.
Hit.
For another 5 points of bludgeoning as I knee him in the face.
Okay. He's looking real hurt.
Also, because I hit him with a melee weapon attack during this turn, for the next round, my AC is +2, so I have a 18 AC.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
Perfect. He attacks back.
Try me.
I'm assuming that second claw hits
Unfortunately.
for 9.
Unfortunately, I am not gifted with Marion's damage absorption, so yeah.
Yeah. This Thrykean that got the ever-loving piss beat out of him on his last legs makes a swipe. Does that break your armor class, Marion?
3 of them do.
Oh, no, just the bottom 2, sir.
The bottom 2, sorry, I saw a bunch.
Nope, it's okay.
Yes, the bottom 2.
So with 13 and 8, take half of both of those.
Half of 21. Ooh.
Brandty, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Alright. How's everyone else doing right now?
Ow!
I'm fine.
Okay, Brandy's going to cast Wall of Sand. It's going to cross over all three of those guys.
Okay, go ahead and link the spell. So, okay, I think I know how you want to do this. You want to do it 30 feet long, 10 feet high, 10 feet thick. So it's going to...
My intention is to essentially trap them in a wall of sand.
Yeah, it says if they're in it, they're blind.
So I put a little box on the map for the wall of sand. Is that kind of what you were thinking, Brandty?
Yes.
Okay. Shit. Sweet.
Go support caster.
Woohoo!
Is that it for your turn? Are you moving, or are you doing anything else?
I think I only get one action. Can I do something else?
Well, if you had a bonus action, or you could move.
She's good at a distance.
Okay. Marion.
I'm gonna smack this asshole.
Okay. You hit, roll damage. Oh, he dead.
Oh, I'm not. I don't need to call it because I'm gonna hit the big fucker with my other attack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Schmick.
Hit.
7. Woohoo. Honk. And that's it. Marion doesn't disengage.
You hit him on the side of the chitin armor that he has, and you see a very slight crack. And the unusual chattering sounds, you could swear he's laughing. My turn. Ooh. Because he has disadvantage, he tries to attack you, and starts rubbing his giant compound eyes, and it seems to just make things worse. And he swings wide and falls down the remaining sort of 5 feet of the incline on this sand dune at your feet, prone. And that's going to be the end of his turn.
Aha! Yeah, he moves so fast.
Shuriken it, Brandty at disadvantage, so it's a 12.
Oh, thank God.
I stupidly forgot to move.
That doesn't break my class, my armor class.
Okay. This Thrykeem here is going to attempt to...
Is he disengaging?
He is disengaging.
He thinks he's cute. One moment, please. Ah, I can't stunning strike on a disengage. Damn it.
Okay, he moves to there.
Hey, can I stunning strike on a disengage?
You can do a melee attack.
Yeah, stunning strike says whenever you make a melee attack.
Then yeah, you can try to stunning strike him.
Yeah, totally gonna do that.
Alright, go for it, man. That's a hit.
Get on the ground, motherfucker. He makes a con save.
Down! Get down now!
And takes 12 points of damage. Sadly, that totally passes, I believe. Let me double check, but... Our proficiency bonus is right now +3, right?
It should be, yeah. At level 6?
Yeah.
Yes, your proficiency bonus is +3.
My standard bonus on this.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't even matter. As he runs away from you, you cut him down with the katana. I just added the damage.
Oh, nice. That was a wasted key point.
Well, actually, kind of, yeah. Your turn, Beriss.
Alright. Alright, so gonna spend 1 key point to activate for your... No, not yet. Not yet. Let's make an attack and declare it after my second attack. That's my first regular attack.
That is definitely a hit.
That's 6 points of slashing, piercing.
Oh.
There's my second attack.
Okay, roll your damage.
11 points.
He did.
Alright.
How do you want that to look as he's standing blinded in the sandstorm?
No, I just go to town, swirling the blade around myself, getting him in his vital points. It's a very flourished attack. Then I'll take my move action. Now I'll spend a key point for a flurry of blows to activate 2 melee attacks for my bonus action.
Okay. Both hit. Because you take the 21 because you have advantage while he's standing in the sandstorm.
For 15 points of bludgeoning.
Schmick.
Okay.
And that brings me down to 2 key points. And that is Beriss' turn.
Alright. Brandty, your turn.
Alright.
Get him, gnome girl. Blast him.
Maybe kill that fucker who's sneaking around behind us.
Brandy's going to cast Magic Missile at the guy sneaking up.
Okay. I believe that's 1d4 plus 1 per...
Each missile.
Go ahead and... So you're using all the missiles at at him?
Yeah, she's inherently weak, so...
So what spell level are you casting it at?
This is 1.
Okay. So you get to roll then 3 darts. So you roll 3d4 plus 3. So for each spell level you decided to, if you decided to cast this at level 2 or 3, you would add an additional d4 to it.
Right.
Zap.
The volley of magic missiles connect with the creature. He falls down on his butt, what would be a butt. As he gets hit, he seems really terrified. Brandty, go ahead and roll me a 1d100, would you? Okay. Let me check my list. Brandty, in a 10-foot area around you, the entirety of that 10-foot area suddenly drops in temperature by around 30 degrees.
Oh.
So you can now suddenly see your own breath, and your fingers are starting to frostbite.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, let me just check one thing.
Beriss, you see Brandty suddenly start erupting magic all over the place.
Yeah, no, Beriss, when she put up the wall of sand, Beriss started looking obviously disturbed by this.
Marion, Brandty, you doing anything else?
So, are you saying that this is within 10 feet of me, like this is a zone?
Sure, I'll draw the zone right on the thing right now.
Actually, if you click on her character, double click it, you'll see at the bottom right hand corner it'll say aura. You can just put 10 on it. And then go to the second tab on her character, and you'll see a thing that says like what you can see. It'll say like health bar 1, health bar 2. It'll say then just click whatever aura you just turned on to 10 feet.
Okay, I think I did it. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah, I can see it. Is this on me, or am I within this? Is this a spell?
Do a knowledge arc. Okay, so you know this is not a spell. This is something went wrong. And you can't tell right now if it's centered on you or if it's centered on the area itself. Because you don't know what cast this.
Okay, then as a bonus action, I'm going to try to use a dash to escape this zone, if I can.
Okay.
You haven't moved yet at all.
Yeah, you haven't moved at all. You can just move a normal 30 feet.
Also,
okay, I thought
Or 20.
Also, you can't dash as a bonus action.
Yeah, you have to be a rogue for that.
Yep.
Well, I could cast Expeditious Retreat, but I'll just move.
Yeah. So move your token wherever you want.
Oh, good.
Okay, so you notice that as you move, the aura seems to follow you. Beriss, you suddenly can see your breath and you start moving a little slower.
Shit, sorry.
Marion.
I hate this fucker. He's stabby. I recklessly hate this fucker. So I'm gonna reckless attack.
All right, sounds good.
And let me roll my 1d6. Womp. 14. So that's 18 damage. And I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
I don't think those hit. I don't think that one hits.
You're at an advantage, sir.
The first attack is reckless attack. The second one is not. Unless I can just double him up. Oh wait, no, he's blinded. I do have advantage.
Yes, you do.
I am
that
stupid.
actually.
+7. So all told, we're looking at.
Well, how much was that one? So it's 7 damage on that one.
7 damage on the second one, and 14, 15, 17 on the first one.
Hey, Marion.
Yes.
Also, when you reckless attack, all your attacks are at advantage. You have to decide if you're going to do them on the first attack.
I did not know that. I appreciate that information.
Downside, all attacks against you for the next round have advantage. So his being blind
Yes.
is now just a normal roll.
Yeah, but I was hoping to kill him.
Fair enough.
Get him! Get him!
All right.
Get it!
So, how does 24 damage make him look?
Angry.
So
From the ground, you hear. And he stands up. And attacks.
Fuck does he get 4 attacks in return? So many arms.
Multi-attack, buddy.
Sadly, luckily, only 3 of them hit.
Yeah.
Take that first 8 on that other one. For some reason, it rolled it as a critical damage.
Because the second one was a crit.
Yeah.
So 28, 14. Ow.
Okay, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You notice that from the bite, you feel the sickness start to seep through you from some sort of venom.
Uh-oh.
Wait, a 24 didn't save it.
Oh, no. You shrug it off, but you tell that there's some sort of venom going on. You're fine. I'm sorry, I did not describe that very well. Alright.
There's no way Marion... Well, never mind. Yeah, you could probably know that word.
I was raised in a library.
Yeah.
Beriss, you're up.
Did that guy run away?
I scared him!
Oh, yeah, he totally ran away.
You cowardly fuck!
That's what you get for fucking with a gnome!
Alright. So I am going to declare, make my first attack first. I gotta stop declaring frickin' flurry blows at first.
Okay.
Actually, I do have to declare it now. Declare it now. Blah.
The first 3 hit.
Yeah. Think so.
3 13s in a row. Oh yeah? You like making people take Constitution saves, Mr. Bugman? Make a Constitution saving throw, Mr. Bugman.
How much damage is that? So, 15, 20? He's still kicking.
Yeah.
Constitution save?
Yes. As I burn my last key strike. God damn it, go down! That's all I got, damn it.
Brandty, it's your turn.
Woo! Okay. Okay, Brandy's going to yell for Marion to duck.
Okay.
So I do have advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects, so
Actually, I want both of you to duck. Yeah.
so dex
you could move and then shoot that attack, by the way. So you could move to a more advantageous position where you can see him and then launch that spell. You don't have to move and attack in any order. You can just do it interchangeably.
Okay, either way, I'm gonna have to be firing over someone.
No, if you move, he's saying if you move to the left.
But won't I be firing through a wall of sand?
No, if you move to... Alright.
So
Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't know if, because it was a partial covering.
yeah.
I didn't know.
So you would technically be firing for a wall of sand, but if you hold on one second. If you move to there, nobody has to duck.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that guy's down.
Just everyone's gonna be cold. Sorry.
One more. Thank you.
Sorry. Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Don't acid my ass.
So go ahead and make a ranged spell attack. It's on the character sheet on your spell list. So your spell attack bonus is +7, so go ahead and roll 1d20 and then add. Okay, you hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So 4d4 right now.
What?
You roll 4d4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't understand what you said the first time.
Okay, Brandty, go ahead and roll me a 1d100.
Oh god.
Okay.
All right, let me check my list. All right. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
I swear to God, Brandy.
Does that include me too?
Yep. It would include the enemy as well.
How do you have a +7, Marion?
I forgot that was her magic.
Yeah, how do you have...
Because I have a +4 in Constitution.
Oh.
Oh, I have a proficiency in that save. It's one of my saves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I have a +7 dexterity. Jesus Christ.
All right, so,
It's good.
Brandty, how do you want the acid arrow to kill this very robust-looking bug?
I want it to hit him in the eye, and then it dissolves the inside of his face first before it goes into like his chest cavity.
All right, and with that, the acid arrow strikes the insect's eye, and you watch as all of the contents of the inside of the Chitdin sort of goes all the way down through the Thri-Kreen Trozen and comes out the bottom of it. It slumps over dead onto the ground, falling out of the sandstorm at Marion's feet. And at that, when the Melf's acid arrow connects, you guys notice an eruption of a pink, sparkly dust. Beriss, you suddenly fall asleep.
Oh shit.
Badunk.
Sleepy time. Does this count as a short rest?
Shut up. And with that, we'll go ahead and go out of turn order. Good job, guys. First battle won.
Woohoo! We did it, Marion!
Success! I need a nap.
I'm already taking one.
Yeah, are we taking... Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I have an option to take a short rest. I'm passed out.
Brandy's gonna like run over to try to give Marion a high five, but she's too short, and also they both get super cold.
I worked up a sweat, I'm good.
Beriss, go ahead and make me another Constitution saving.
Alright, but it's probably going to be as bad as the first.
Can I do a medicine check to help him?
Beriss, you're fine. This is, but while you were sleeping, it suddenly got massively perpetually cold.
Beriss looks up to Brandy with pure anger in his eyes.
Oh yeah, sorry, forgot about that. And she steps.
You're a caster?
Yes.
He growls at you. I should cut you down where you stand.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
what?
You
Why?
can try.
Huh? Can we have some calm? We just got in a fight. I don't know what's up with Brandty.
Magic.
And save both of you.
Yeah, and she uses magic. What's weird about that? Almost so many people do.
His face pales as you say that. No, they don't.
About 1 in 6 to 1 in 5 people where we're from uses magic to some degree.
Actually.
What's the ratio of magic users in Erimos?
Gotta get that fact check.
Publicly known or behind the scenes?
Publicly known. That Beriss would know.
There would probably be one magic user in the tens of thousands of people in Coughlin.
That city you were just in, that whole city would have one caster in it. Magic in this world is unstable. That cold that surrounds her is the cost of using magic here.
Brandty shivers and makes a concerned glance at Marion.
That's gonna be an issue.
And
What do you
that
mean a cost? Why?
is a light. There's no magic here. No mana. No fuel. No power. You're pulling energy from nowhere. In this world, there is no source of magic nearby for you to draw your power from. What I have heard passed down from the ancients, from elder to elder in our tribe. In the past, there was this net of magic that covered the world. It no longer exists here. When you draw magic from the world, you are breaking the world itself. What you just did could have destroyed all of us. In a flash, this entire desert could have been wiped out.
Brandy's not really sure what to say about that.
So are you just sort of looking forlornly?
More thoughtful?
Nobody knows
Completely,
the trouble I see.
Eric, this is a completely unexpected and unfamiliar position since she's been surrounded by magic her whole.
Beriss, you can tell that she seems really distraught by this.
I see what they mean now by other world. You do not know. I will not hold it to you. But be warned, your magic here has a price. So use it sparingly and use it safely.
Well, that's vague. How can I use it safely if I don't know what the cost will be? We need answers.
Beriss actually laughs at that. He goes, there are many in this world who would love the answer of that.
And with that, the aura of cold dissipates.
Yay! Oh, much better.
The mana that we spoke of earlier. The power of magic that could make those mechanical creatures move. If you had that, then you could cast your spell. Out of the game. That I'm correct on that. From what you told us, right?
So, yes and no. If she had an artifact of mana, there would be a much less chance of her causing a calamity. However, every time she uses... So her first spell is probably not going to do anything. The subsequent spells every turn are going to pull the net harder until the net snaps.
Yeah, Beriss wouldn't know that, though.
That's true. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. So, as a character, Beriss would say, there are many who would wish to know that. If you had mana had an artifact, you could probably use it safely. There were no casters in my tribe, only shaman.
I guess I'll have to find some more creative ways to be helpful then. And I'm gonna need to find something else. We're gonna need to find some more mana. Once again.
Out of game, remember as the artificer, when you're out of combat, you can spend time making potions, sacrificing your spell slots to create potions.
And that doesn't draw on magical energy?
It
That'd be a
does.
DM question.
It does, but the difference there is in making those potions, you're pulling more gently on the weave of magic. So in essence, right, creating a giant sand wall isn't really asking a whole hell of a lot, right? Because there's sand all over the place, and all you need is wind, and there's already air. However, if you cast something like an arrow made of acid, or a magic missile, which is pure force taken from the weave of magic itself, then you're going to pull harder on the weave of magic. And anytime even an easier or an outlandish or a realistic spell, it doesn't matter, the more you use them successively, the harder or the more dangerous it becomes.
Okay.
But that being said, we will go back to the world map for now.
Yep. And I believe it is 7 minutes to 11. And our session, unfortunately, probably has to end.
Yep. So what I'm going to say is that I'm going to give you guys a description as you come up to this temple, and we will continue the next session from the entrance of that temple.
Sweet!
Fuck yeah. This was a little short, but I felt it was very productive.
3 hours, man. We played for 3 hours.
Honestly, that feels short at this point.
Let's get magical.
So, you continue around the Orej, avoiding the talcum powder-like sand, and after slaying several of these Thrycreen, you notice you're a little bit more hesitant as you continue on. You even manage now to avoid one band of these creatures. But as you continue, you round over a sand dune and notice that an area of this Orej, separate from the one you came to initially, has been caught by the wind and blown away. And underneath that seems to be a large yellow sandstone structure with massive columns and decorative pieces of all of the old gods decorated on it. The old gods being, I'll get you a list of them in the future, but the god of the sun, who is a god of madness and death, the goddess of the moon, the goddess of water, the god of commerce and coin, who is surprisingly enough an Ajani by the name of Vora Trigodon, who is one of the gods you're not acquainted, but you know very much of Beriss, as a lot of the tribe members in your tribe follow this particular deity. And all of them seem to be conversing with some sort of higher being. Beriss, you know this as the Great Betrayer, the first false god.
All right.
Giant sandstone central doors are splayed open. As you come down to this area, you notice immediately that the inside is lit with a very light-colored red. Not quite a pink, but a reddish hue. The floor seems to be made of some sort of brass or copper type material. If you guys wanted to make a knowledge check for that, you could try figure out what it is. The walls and ceiling are made of the same limestone that the outside of the structure is. As you walk down this staircase, you come to a large area, a large hallway. Well, rather a long hallway. This hallway is lit up with this sort of red color. And on a far wall, you notice the door that was spoke of. Inside this door, well, on the face of this door, you notice at the top left and right. Hold on one second.
Every time.
You notice at the top left and right are these cylindrical objects that seem to move around, and you can see what appears to be a glass eye in the end of each of them. And they pan left to right and left again. As you approach, we'll pick that up next time. But I'll at least let you see some of it. That's all you get.
This is bullshit.
Brandty, from your investigation roll, you can see that the ground, well, not the ground, but the floor underneath you appears to be some sort of copper and steel alloy. You've never seen this blend before.
Okay, this is very unfamiliar.
And then Marion's like, this is metal.
Yeah.
Shiny.
And with that, we will pick up next time.
Next date?
So the next date is not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. So the official date of that is, I believe,
15th.
15.
So 15th at 8 o'clock, we will start off in the dungeon, and we will have one of our old players and possibly a new player, depending on scheduling. And we will start off with your guys' foray into a gnomish temple. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This was us at Seekers and Lost. What do we usually say at the end of these types of things?
We came up with what we're going to end it up with recently. We're going with the J.R.R. Tolkien phrase. This is at Seekers of the Lost. And just remember, not all those who wander are lost.
Truth.
You guys have a good night.
All right. Have a
Good night.